Hello everyone, this is Entourmology. Welcome to the first episode of my pinned insect collection tour. I'll come up with a better name later. Each episode of the tour will consist of me taking a random specimen from my collection to tell you about it, such as identifying features, behaviour, and any other facts about it. As this is the first episode of the tour and the first video on my channel, what better way to start it than taking the first insect of my collection, the scarlet lily beetle. So, this is the scarlet lily beetle. It's one of the first insects I ever collected and pinned, and it's the first in my collection. I collected it on the 19th of May 2018, and I found it on a tiger lily plant. That's what this looks like right here. I'll put an image of that later. So we've got some labels here. Basically, this will come up later. The labels are to tell you which country it was found in, the county, the specific place, the date it was collected, and who collected it. So that's the first label. And the second label is the taxonomy name, so like the order it was in, the family, and the species. So as you can see here, it's in the order Coleoptera, which means it's a beetle, the family Chrysomelidae, which means it's a leaf beetle, and the scientific name is Lilioceris lilii, which means it's a scarlet lily beetle. So, how can you tell it's a scarlet lily beetle? Well, my specimen is about 6mm long, but it can reach up to 9mm long, so if it's a relatively small beetle, then it might be a scarlet lily beetle. It has, well, it's meant to have shiny red elytra. The elytra are the hardened wings that form wing cases to protect the underwings of a beetle. It has black underside, black legs, black eyes, and black antenna. So basically the only thing red about it is the top half, excluding the head. It has a thorax, which is this bit here, which is narrower than its abdomen, this length. It has 11 segments on its antenna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did try to point at those, but my hands are very shaky. And it has a little tiny groove in its thorax. This is the middle part. You can just about see it there. It doesn't pick up very well on camera because I have atrocious lighting, but you're going to have to trust me when I say that there are little grooves in its eyes as well. Now, similar species include cardinal beetles in the family Pyracroidae. I believe we have two species of those in the UK, the red-headed cardinal beetle and the black-headed cardinal beetle. Obviously, the red-headed cardinal beetle is going to have a red head. This has a black head, so we can easily tell those apart. But the black-headed cardinal beetle looks fairly similar, I'd say. The black-headed cardinal beetle is quite a bit larger than the scarlet lily beetle. It's more dull and flat. Now, you may be able to tell that mine's not in the best of shape. On camera it looks fairly red. In real life it's gone a bit like orange and brown. But that's just because it's old. Because it's old, that's also the reason why it is missing its right middle leg, the tarsi of its left middle leg, those are like the foot bits of an insect, and the tibia and tarsi of the right hind leg. So as you can see here, it's not very symmetrical underneath, that's just because they've fallen off and it's very brittle when they're old. So, what's the life cycle of this guy? Well, I'll just leave that there while I talk to you about it, because I don't know cinematography, and that's okay. We'll start out somewhere. Anyway, the life cycle of this guy. So, it starts off as one of up to 450 eggs. These are laid on the underside of leaves of lilies, usually lilies in the family Lilium or Fritillaria. It takes 1 to 2 weeks for the eggs to hatch into a yellowy-brown larva. A larva is the grub of a beetle, and it's similar to like a caterpillar of a butterfly, but we just call them grubs. Don't know why. And then after 24 days has passed, it burrows into the ground where it's cool and moist, and it mixes its saliva with soil to create a cocoon, sort of a shield around itself, where it will spend 20 days inside, changing its body structure and hormones and other biology stuff to turn it into the lovely beetle that you see before you. You will see the adults early in spring when they emerge. However, there can be multiple generations per year. They may overwinter. If you're a keen gardener, you may know that this beetle is a pest because it and many others can destroy a lily plant within just a matter of a few days. How can you tell that you have scarlet lily beetle infestations? Well, you can either tell that the leaves have been eaten, obviously, or you can look for sticky brown piles of frass. What's frass? Well, I'm glad you asked me, reader, audience, viewer, dear viewer. Frass is basically just insect excrement. So, larvae can use this frass to hide from predators. However, as we will discuss later, that might not actually help. So this beetle is native to some parts of Europe and Asia, however it's been introduced elsewhere in the world by hitchhiking on imported plant bulbs, and because of this it's invaded North America and the UK, where I am, as you can tell from the location label. To combat the beetle, there are several parasitoids, which is an organism that carries out its larval stage on or inside another organism, which is called the host. Yes, so there are several parasitoid wasps, such as Lemophagus pulcher, Diopharsis jocunda, and Tetrasticus setifer, all of which are found throughout Europe and Asia, I think. So what these do is they inject their eggs into the larva of the beetles, where they then develop, hatch, and then eat the larva from the inside out, obviously killing them. A funny thing about the frass piles is that Lemophagus pulcher adults may actually be able to smell the frass, which attracts them, and then they inject their eggs. So where they use the frass to hide from the predators, it may actually hinder them. Haha. Unfortunately, there are no natural predators in North America, so gardeners will have to rely on insecticides such as carbaryl, methoxychlor, malathion, and rotenone. You can tell I hated chemistry. However, some of these insecticides obviously are harmful to scarlet lily beetles, but they have been proven to be harmful to other insect species such as bees, which are very important for the environment. So if all the bees die, as well as the scarlet lily beetles, then we won't have a very good time. A fun thing about this beetle is that they exhibit thanatosis, which is playing dead. So what they would do is if they get scared by a predator, they will curl their legs towards their abdomen, drop to the floor, and then hopefully fall on their backs, where the black underside of them will camouflage them against the dirt. And so the predator won't be able to find them and eat them, and the beetles will go on to live happy lives. And if that fails, the beetle can actually stridulate, which is where they rub parts of their body together to produce a squeaking noise, see this noise, in order to startle the attacker. Well, thank you for watching my first video and first episode of the insect tour. I will come up with a better name for that, and I hope you not only learned something today, but enjoyed the video. Bye bye.